says I'm live. I think I'm on my actual YouTube channel this time. Um, no viewers. What's going on? I thought you would pull them in.
I don't pull in shit. People don't give a fuck about me, man.
Oh,
I'm
come on,
I'm trying
man.
to do this as a job, and it just doesn't. No one cares about me. Where's someone in my Discord said today this is not a joke. I'm gonna screen cap it and I'm gonna throw it in his face later. When I
Wow.
say throw it in his face, I don't actually mean that in the neck. If I move my camera like that, does it fuck up your setup?
Let's see. My setup's gonna be messed up anyway. Interaction required.
Like,
Yeah.
so I still look fine.
I mean, let's not go overboard.
When your units die, they go to. Okay, I don't want to read that.
Okay.
Um,
Nope. It
look
definitely
at
messed up, but I can fix it. Maybe. Hmm. There's got to be a better way to do this, but I'll figure it out some other day.
Engineering, which is engineering with M's instead of N's, which is a funny name. I like engineering. Engineering. Not that it's going to help you in the meantime, but in a few weeks' time to a few months at most, I will be realizing my profits from the New York Stock Exchange, and I'll throw you enough dough to let you content create for a year or two.
That was in your live stream today.
That was in my Discord right now. I'm screen capping this.
From who's that from? And what?
Professor of engineering. They just
Oh,
said they
okay.
like my stuff.
Awesome. I think you just have to put $1,000 in his bank account so that he can get his money from the Nigerian prince.
Yeah, you have to make sure that the bills are good. And are you
Yeah.
live now?
Yeah, and it says there's
There
four
we go. It was
viewers.
prioritizing my own live stream over your live stream. What the heck?
No
There
idea.
we go. Oh, you're looking good. Good to see you, Chase.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I've been staring at you this whole time. You didn't get to see me. Yeah, I took like 4 seconds and put like stuff in my hair, so I'm real pretty for the podcast. Okay. All right. So there's a couple of people here. Don't be afraid to jump in. Especially with wow, this is so much easier to read chat and stuff. I mean, I got a couple of topics to go on about, but there's no guests and stuff. I figure we should probably pay more attention to chat tonight. Maybe respond a little bit, not to everything, but
Yeah, are we gonna do a speculation on summer event? What it's gonna be? Because we still don't know beyond summer event, right?
yeah. What's up, Mingfu? Yeah, that's something I'm really curious about, and I feel a little. I feel bad. I haven't gone back to rewatch it. I watched Mad's video, but I didn't hear if he said if he had anything substantial going on, anything substantial as proof. Like he said that Giuliante was coming in. I think that was like it was one of the Japanese holiday like waifu monster cards. I don't know if there's any evidence or yeah.
I was
Mingfu,
shocked
I
that
don't know who Cage
Giuliante
is.
was apparently not a hero unit. That he said it's a beast.
Yeah, it's like a monster waifu. Yeah, I don't know too much about it. It seemed like it was interesting, although I think it was like I think it's like past our timeline now, so it's like a few banners old now. Yeah. By the way, you guys can all hear Plat and stuff, right? I'm very bad at streaming and really just anything with computers now. So, yeah. So make sure you guys tell me if you can't see him or hear him or anything like that. Okay. So,
Myself. All right.
yeah. So this was. Oh, I forgot. I actually had a better. I had a better title card than this. Let's see.
I love this layout, by the way. I know it's simple, but I like it more than me and Lala gets.
So this was my original title card, and I like it a little bit better, but then I thought it maybe wasn't quite as good. Oh, I forgot. This is going to take you like 15 seconds to see if you've got my stream up. But
I've got your stream up. Yeah, it's gonna. There's a delay for sure.
yeah. Anyway, I'll put it back to this one. It seems a little more tasteful. I did spend about 2 minutes on a YouTube thumbnail maker website to make this, so I hope it really worked out.
Chase's place. Yeah, you know,
with
you should put
Plat.
it right directly over my camera.
I put with Plat down there, so I mean,
Oh yeah, it does say with Plat.
yeah, I'm I'm not a total jerk, man. But yeah. What's the thing that just came out today? Oh, it's hitting JP like any time now. Maybe in a couple hours. I think they're like 12 or 13 hours ahead of us. They're getting the skill tree. I don't remember the fancy name for it.
I don't know. It's probably like resonance endearment, something stupid.
Yeah.
But it apparently Metal Dragon is gonna be like fucking OP.
Yeah. I had this set up before, and of course it screwed up. So let me see if I can. Oh no, it doesn't like that. I can't have. All right. How do I get your webcam and another thing all at the same time? Okay.
This is a learning process because I don't know either.
Yeah. So let's do this.
Oh,
This is a great start for a podcast, right? Window.
Yes.
Yeah. No. That's not it. I have the like the article pulled up. Oh, add new source. There we go. Not that. There we go.
Okay, what am I seeing here? Oh, Lolliet messaged me. Let's see what he's up. What you doing? Currently, the podcast with tech issues, I'm just going to say.
All right, I got it now. Okay.
All right.
Talent Bloom pre-release information. Live on 6/1 at 11. So we're like... So when it's 6/1, that's actually like... Wait, did this already go live or...
Not
Dude,
for us.
I get confused with...
Right?
Oh no, I mean in JP. I think it's live in JP already, but it doesn't really... It's one thing that's weird in this game. Like, there's very few JP players, and like... our sources are very like sporadic.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think there's like few JP players, but there's few JP players that communicate with the global players, right? It's like there's like 3 Japanese players that are communicating with global players, I feel like.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, it's inconsistent. Which, hey, I mean that's their thing. They don't have to do anything, but
you know, I appreciate what we get. Thank you, Shane's. Even though you always like, dude, did you see the new thing? I'm like, no, I didn't. I'm playing the game. I don't know everything, Shane.
Okay, so I'm gonna read down this thing. Let me see. Oh, do you want me to send it to you, Plat? Let's see.
You know, why don't you just read the whole thing to me in a really sexy voice?
Okay, baby. Oh, now it messed it up. Oh, darn. Internet's tough, man. It's really tough.
Oh, Lolliet says he didn't know that we were going to do the podcast live. I mean, we could always just record it, but it gives us less to talk about if there's no one to talk to. If there's not, like, a chat. All right, so
For sure.
we're talking about the heroic bloom. What's it called? Skill bloom?
Yes. Okay. You know, your cam's messed up for a minute. We're just going to be fine with that. You're not that pretty anyway. Just until I get this off the screen. So, yeah, Talent Blooming, it's live. First one, Rainbow Peacock. Inflicts large, pretty sure Mera's Frizz, martial damage on all enemies in range. So it doesn't say anything... I'm pretty sure he already has that move. I'm guessing that it's going to have a cone shape or something now. I'm just guessing. It doesn't say anything about the range.
It's got that diamond shape. So, but also, like, wording on
Oh.
martial abilities is garbage.
I didn't look at the picture. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so he's getting move +1, HP +50. 50 is nice. I guess that's substantial. It's substantial, yeah. Um, Let me see. Extreme martial. So he gets another talent characteristic that just increases the power of his frizz skills by 20%. So yeah, he's going to start looking really good. That kind of attack pattern with uh with a 20% extra on Marshall, and I haven't been able to test it out yet, but apparently Marshall and Breath get a bit better at 110s. So yeah, he's going to be.
They definitely get better. How much better? I don't know. I mean, Gray Dragon does good damage, but I don't think he's. I mean, what you asked, you didn't get the new dragon, the new guy. Mine doesn't have the 10% awakening bonuses yet from his breath attack, but it's +9 and it's hitting even an arena for like 400 or 500. It's like pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. Like with like a line breath attack, I'm not okay with it only doing like 3/4 of an enemy's damage. If it's hitting 2 or 3 units, yeah. If it's taking more than half their health, it's great. If it's taking 70 or 80, it's amazing. That's my viewpoint on it, at least. Kind of something that you want to pair up with your what do you call it? Your A rank dragon, Boreal Serpent.
This guy's going up to 3 movement, I assume, right? He's currently at 2. I assume he's not going up to 4.
Yeah, he's at 2, going up to 3.
So. And he's getting increased range on his Marshall and 20% damage. And we also don't know, like Marshall wording, we don't know if, even though it visually is different, if it's going to do the same as his current damage, or if it's going to be like a whole Marshall ability that's just way stronger.
So, all right. Next one, Metal Dragon. Okay. Talent skill. Now, another thing up for debate here. Is this going to take over one of their old moves? Is it going to delete any skill that you put in their 3rd slot? Or are we going to have 5 moves on these units? It's hard to say right now.
You know what? This actually this interests me. Maybe this isn't a new move. Maybe what this does is it kind of evolves their move into a new move or something.
It would make sense.
Because I'm thinking exactly like you said. Like, what would we do about the like, what if you have a scroll on it, right? Could it not learn an amazing new ability? But if it just took like its old major Marshall and then it upgraded it to a new spell, that could be insane.
Yeah. So, and then I like this one. I can't believe I wasn't smart enough to like read the text and look at the picture before. So yeah, this is a range. This has the same range and AoE effect as Baramos with his boom type attack. So it's range 3 with the boom AoE pattern, inflicts large martial damage and occasionally lowers defense for 3 turns. On a ranged skill, that's pretty good.
Is that the only ranged martial attack? So it's got like an extra good boom / bang because it's the same pattern, but it's even further range. And this guy's getting an extra move, and it also does major, and it can lower defense, which obviously it doesn't help itself, which is kind of lame. So you need to pair it with physical if you want to benefit from that specifically. But that's like so much better than everything this stupid unit has right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, what is his A rank move? This is the one S unit I don't have, and he's not really worth researching. What is he?
I like Battle Dragon a lot. He was really good on Sorrow's Peak. But it's
what's his A rank skill? It's like major martial and an AoE probably.
Major, whoosh, martial, and an AoE.
Okay, so his A rank skill is martial. Okay, or I'm sorry, whoosh.
Every one of his skills I think is martial.
Yeah, but yeah, he's just like, if you need him as a tank, and it's one of those situations where he has to plug a hole, doesn't need like cover or anything like that, he's terrific. But other than that, he's just garbage.
Currently.
Yes, currently.
This is gonna...
So, let me see. So he's getting quickness as agility. So another 40 agility. That probably doesn't matter much. Move +1, that's very important.
I don't think Marshall misses. And so, I think agility +40 is... I feel like there's a reason they're buffing that specifically, that there might be a reason I don't understand. Because that seems basically like nothing. Like, we don't care if this unit moves first most of the time. but maybe it will help him out. Maybe it'll help him tank a little bit better with a little bit more movement. Maybe he'll be able to get into the fray a bit faster.
Well, on that note, this is hard with translation. I could be completely off about it. He has a characteristic called Missile Pursuit. If you are in a position where you can pursue when a friend other than yourself attacks an enemy, rarely attack that enemy with a missile pursuit. First of all, I like the idea of this guy firing missiles. That's badass. So it looks like if an ally next to you, I'm assuming, maybe something like directly next to you, like cover range, attacks somebody.
In a position where you can pursue when a friend other than yourself attacks, regularly attack with a missile pursuit. Do you think the name of his new attack is Missile Pursuit?
They're calling the talent skill missile. Yeah, it's hard to say. I don't know. It probably won't be that strong of a hit, but who knows? This could make it OP. I'm also wondering if the wording is wrong. If people in the game don't hate me enough for my doom and gloom, they'll hate me for this. I really liked 4th edition D&D, not 3rd or 5th. I know, come at me. Anyway, in 4th edition, tanks, when you were in the tank role, they had abilities that would let them. They couldn't necessarily take hits for adjacent allies, but they had skills that would allow them to attack enemies that attacked your allies, making the enemies, it was better to hit the tank first. I'm wondering if it's misworded in this translation and it's actually you hit the enemy when they hit your allies in cover range.
That's what Shane said, but
it would make a lot more
but
sense.
It's like,
to me.
when it attacks an ally next to him, he can counterattack, which is a really, really cool idea. I probably like that idea even more because it's like a soft taunt. Obviously they could choose to ignore it, but if he gets a free, let's say it is his big attack, then you could justify it a bit more being his really strong attack because it doesn't happen all the time, and it's like a risk-reward thing. Like, is it worth it to ignore this unit to try to kill him, or what if he just does insane damage? I think that would make it more powerful if it was a defensive ability.
Oh yeah, for sure, and a heck of a lot more interesting.
Okay. I'm excited. Like, this is one of the number one things this game could do to make me excited. Like, what is one of the things I complain about? I mean, I guess orbs is a thing about it, but like, I like all the generic units that aren't that good because they're the units we're going to have more awakenings on than most units, right? The banner units we typically aren't going to have as many awakenings on because it's $1 billion. And so these units are going to be high awakened, and now I have kind of like, this is one of the things I like, is now I have a reason to orb them or save orbs for them because they're going to get really good. Obviously not soon, but I do think it's worth noting that these units are going to get way better, and I'm excited.
Yeah. My only thing with it is just in my gacha experience, it's a little bit soon for a system of reviving old units. But then again, I mean, these units were already hot garbage about 10 months in for JP, so that's cool.
Like, Nightclubber was never good. No one ever thought Nightclubber was good. Metal Dragon has always been kind of bad. So it's almost like they were just scam units right away, and now they're kind of adjusting it instead of. It depends. Like, I will say it's a little concerning that I think Dragon Lord is getting the same treatment. Not Dragon Lord True Form, but just Dragon Lord, because that's like a first banner unit, and if the first banner unit isn't relevant, then I do think that's a little bit of too fast of power creep. But I think once we start seeing Killing Machine, Hellion, which is an A unit, of course, but like Dragon Lord True Form, if we see them getting these things sooner, that's definitely a sign of huge power creep, right? Because those units are already currently the strongest in the game. Yeah. And if 6 months they're so irrelevant that they need a power boost, that's definitely an issue. Like
the lower tier units that they did with this aren't exactly weak, although it is going to make some of them more relevant, although pretty sure spoilers, Ghost is at the bottom of the list, I'm pretty sure. It's the one F unit that didn't need really work, but all right. But anyway,
I literally think the only F unit that sees any use anywhere is Ghost. That's probably why they do it, because it's like, hey, this is the only. If we do it on Slime, it doesn't matter what the fuck we do to Slime, it's not going to see use. So we might as well change a unit that's actually going to get used.
Well,
I don't know. Like I would still like Slime to be not good, but man, if he, there, I would like there to be a reason for the generic F units in the game to be used for something somewhere at some point, and there's not.
I thought that they
basically
teased.
anything.
I thought that they teased the slime for the skill tree system. I thought that he was the first tease unit. Maybe I'm remembering incorrectly, or it was like Gargle. I don't know. I thought that they teased him because yeah, I mean, dude, that basic little slime is so cute, man. I want to be able to use him. And I'm not the guy that says that, but he's really adorable in this game.
I love slime. I mean, when I started, I was the slime guy, right? Like everyone was like, "Oh, Plat's the slime guy." I've kind of lost that title a little bit, but I'm still just like slimes are still my favorite units by far. But now I have more practical, I don't know, whatever outlook where I want to clear content and it's not as easy.
Well, I mean,
Now that
you
I'm
were
not
looking.
like I haven't spent money in a while.
You know, anybody would have made fun of you for putting your orbs into King She Slime and Queen She Slime. You know, until Pyramid EX came out, and then it's like, oh my God, Plat's a genius. He has the perfect
And now
units
Queen
orbed
Slime
up.
is also insanely good in arena, right? So
Yeah.
that's nice. Although I think Queen Slime is likely a fucking way, way, way worse Sorrow. Sorrow seems like game-breakingly powerful though.
Yeah, and I haven't gotten Sorrow yet. I'm still like, I'm literally one stamp away from finishing the first stamp card on his banner, and I haven't done his paid pull. I haven't done either of the paid pulls for the DQ35. I don't know. I'm a little.
I did one of the paid pulls. When someone pays for it, I'll do the paid pull, right? And which is why I did one of them.
I kept trying to
And the
bait
other
that,
one I
but yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really. I'm not. Yeah, I don't really want to keep spending anymore. I'm too close to 1,000 on this game right now. Yeah, I got my.
I think I crossed it.
Yeah. Okay, so on to Squidzilla. Before we talk about our poor spending habits.
I love talking about this, and also I'm so fucking depressed because I'm like, I want these units to be good in my game. I want them now.
I am more hyped about this than I thought I would be. Yeah, because you know what? Like, reading Metal Dragon, I did not realize how good that ability was. I just kind of browsed through these before.
Well, if it had range 1 like everything else, you would be like, oh, it's actually a worse range. It just is more damage, which isn't very good.
I mean, now he's move 3 with an amazing AoE, and range, rather. I mean, so he can hit anything. So the way that his cross pattern works, he can technically hit something 7 spots away, but only if there's something in front of it. You know, because that's how Boom works, at least. Like, people get confused. Like, there's got to be a unit in the middle for that pattern to hit. But, okay,
Which
so
is interesting because you don't need that for crack.
Yeah,
it is weird. Like I never really thought about that. I internalized it, but I've never really thought that it's the only spell that needs something in the center as opposed to any of the squares.
Yeah, and that it makes him like a caster tank now. It's probably that skill has to have a huge MP cost, though, I would imagine. Because otherwise he might actually be OP. Like, he's not knocking things out with that attack, but he's going to do a lot of damage to 1 or 2 things from afar. And even when you get in his face, he's one of the tankier units in the game.
Yeah, and he's got like one of the most insane defenses already, right?
I think it's pretty high. Yeah, he's probably got a decent HP pool, which is why seeing agility plus 40 on him is understandable. But they may have powered him up to the point where 50 more HP may have been OP on him, which would be amazing.
I think he's getting some orbs. Mine's S4. I think I am going to S6 him.
Yeah. Well, no.
I already wanted to, but I did a Great Dragon instead, so I'm extra. My Great Dragon's awakened 3 or 4. I'm extra excited to get there, but Squidzilla.
Well, dude, I keep saying if he's the one S rank I don't have right now, and it's like I am perfectly okay with that. I think he is the worst S rank right now.
I think Nightclubber is actually worse, and I think we might disagree with that, but
he probably is. But I think I don't know. I think you can make a passable strategy with him for niche situations.
An S4 Metal Dragon can solo. I think solo clear one of the Sorrow Peak hard fights. The one that puts things asleep. He has I think he has heavy resistance to sleep, and they're all weak to whoosh, and he just tears them up, and they just don't deal any damage to him. So
Huh.
he might need a little backup, but I think he can practically solo hard, and I think he's pretty good in very hard
Wow.
as well. So like, there's at least something he's good at, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. Okay, so for the eighth time, let's go on to Squidzilla. Just tentacles here in JP, I guess, or maybe that's what they call them for talent blooming.
No, fuck it. Does it
Tentacles.
say increase your move power by 2 for 1 turn?
Yeah. Okay. So I saw that before. At the beginning of your action, if HP is at 100%, increase your move power by 2 for 1 turn. So if he hasn't taken a hit yet, he's at 4 movement.
This is crazy. This is like it's like, so you know how sometimes in card games they'll buff and nerf things.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're like, why did you do this? This wasn't the problem, or this card was. This feels like they knew exactly what the issue was with the unit, and they knew exactly, like, giving it +2 movement was too powerful, but getting it +2 movement on just the first turn, and his issue is that he can't touch anything, right? He just dies before he gets close enough.
And he's got
So
no. He
now,
doesn't
like,
even have like a self AOE. Like he has literally no range.
Yeah, it's like they knew it. It's like I'm just happy that it's like at least the developers, the creators of these units, know exactly what's wrong with the units. Why are they weak? This is it. You know, mobility is king in this game, or you know, it not always in PvP stuff. It's king, and a lot of things it's actually irrelevant, I suppose. But
Oh, by the way, Chad is wondering about Dragonlord getting buffed. There's nothing released about that. It's not on this list. Dragonlord's not getting buffed quite yet. Thing about, Dragonlord first form is he is still absolutely amazing on any PvE map where there's a Frizz weakness. If there's a Frizz weakness on a unit, he's the best unit in the game. Like, he's so amazing. Unless, I mean, there could be a caster of his other weakness.
Dragonlord is like a bad Zoma, but a way better Zoma if they're weak against Frizz. You know,
if they're weak against Frizz. The thing is, like, if it's weak to Frizz and Crack, Zoma has advantages over Dragonlord. But if it's straight damage on one unit, range isn't an issue, etc. Dragonlord hits a lot harder. Maybe not a lot harder. He hits harder.
It can get pretty close when you have depending on how, I think it's basically going to come down to almost which of your weapons are, because I have a really good Dragonlord staff, but I don't have a Dragonlord, so it's just like half of the rolls are doing nothing because I thought I'd get it. But my Zoma one actually does have like a +10% on Glacial Doom also, so it's like pretty.
I think that's
awesome.
About what mine is at too. Yeah, I've got a good Hellfire Blast potency on mine, which what's funny is I still have like a silver agility roll on it, so it's like it could be even better. But I also cheated on my video with him. I put him as the leader. So
shout out to fucking Closserer, the C rank cat, for being the
Yes.
best Frizz user in the game that is free to play.
I'm sorry, it was probably.
Yeah. He hits for 430 damage.
I haven't tested him yet.
It's over 400 damage on single target units with Frizz. That's like insane. That's like so good for a shitty C unit.
It was probably somebody here like Pack Demon or Insane Evil. I think it was one of those guys. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But somebody pointed it out in my chat, matter of fact, like, hey, Closser is the best Frizzle caster in the game. I'm like, that's BS. There's no way that's true. And then I looked, I'm like, oh, he's the only thing with like a Frizzle perk, and he can.
Potency. Everything else gets like potency to Sizz or some shit.
Yeah, that's why the Wisdom Cap is so stupid.
Yeah, I like the Wisdom Cap.
I liked the Wisdom Cap.
The thing I don't like about it is the Wisdom Cap doesn't affect A units, right? So it's like the Wisdom Cap only affects budget units, which is really, really annoying.
Well, here's the thing, and I was going to say this before we're talking about these units getting Awakening. Now, I don't know that much about the JP units. I just watched some, especially like to see what was coming in Arena. I was watching streams of a JP player. He just would like put his 45 minutes of gameplay up every day. I would just see the units he was using casually. And there were melee units with ranged attacks. I don't know if they were physical or martial or whatever, but I think melee units with ranged attacks starts becoming a lot more common. So these guys are still going to be good, I'm sure. But I don't think they're as game-breaking as they are to us right now in Global. They'll still be good, but like right now they're game-breaking. In 6 months, they're still going to be very good, but not quite as amazing as if we got them tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
So, all right.
Holy crap.
So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Melee gets a. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to touch on. Melee gets better in Japan, as it goes on along in the meta and stuff. They literally like just screw over casters, which, you know, like the first couple months of this game, you're like, yeah, you got to do something to make Melee not suck. And then they made casters worse. They kept making Melee better, and then they started giving Melee like better skills to like kind of replace ranged casters. It's like, all right, so are we just like, what, anything other than an S rank caster is gone now?
It's weird because there's almost no chance for a break. Like Philosopher is really good for Frizzle users, but like there's nothing that's like a Tiger Cub, right? Like there's nothing that could potentially break 1,000 damage in C because of Wisdom Cap. And but for S tier units, right, that have A abilities that there's no known Wisdom Cap, then that doesn't really, you know, it doesn't like affect Zoma that much. Like Sorrow affects Zoma because he reflects spells, but I don't feel like Zoma's getting weaker over time. If his wisdom keeps going up, his damage keeps going up.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's A rank and below casters only, and really it's only A rank because there's not a whole lot of B casters. Somebody will correct me, but not many B casters are at the wisdom cap. I know there's a couple, or a couple that are easy enough to get to the wisdom cap, but like there's not even a good mid heal caster right now. By the way, I think Angel Slime might be the best because that slime staff is so awesome.
Yeah, the slime staff is really good, and also the new healing staff in general is really good, right?
But I don't think there's any natural mid heal casters that easily come to the wisdom cap, because I know like Hades Condor and I don't know the other casual mid heal guy. I can't remember. Their wisdom is not that high. It's not that low, but it's not that high either. So I would love to see a good. I don't know. I'd like to see a good healing ability other than multi-heal, which I think JP gets, but I'm not too sure. It'll be after 6 months.
Or you mean multi-heal, mid-heal, and heal are the 3 heals in the game, right?
Oh yeah, I do believe I saw something. There was a chart about how wisdom works for healing. I think there's like a full. Well, I don't know. It wouldn't be full heal in this game, but I don't know. Something stronger than mid-heal as a single target, because I don't know, an A rank single target heal I think some unit gets in the future. Which is necessary because, I mean, now that we're at rank 7 in JP, even rank 6 on global, like mid-heal doesn't go as far as it used to.
Yeah. Like HPs are getting too high. That's what I could do a whole podcast about why Stone Golem is like a fucking champ. Like, he's so good at everything, I swear to God. Like, obviously he has to have the right resistances, but man, I love Stone Golem. He's like a King Bubble Slime level of, like, making shit possible to do. But, like, importantly, like, his HP is, like, 500, you know? It's, like, low as shit. And it doesn't matter because he takes no damage. But, like, mid-heal just heals him up to full pretty much all the time.
Yeah. And that was, well, that's the thing, you know, with the Wisdom Cap, even, it even affects mid-heal. I don't know if the numbers are different, but that's you know, I didn't realize that's what makes multi-heal so much better on some things, is multi-heal can heal like way more than mid-heal sometimes, so that's a big bonus.
That's what I had to use on the 3-hero fight, multi-heal, because it was just so much more powerful. And only at +4, it's already doing more than +8 or whatever.
I watched that today, and so I didn't like pay closely attention to it. I was playing like one of my too many gacha games right now. And but yeah, I was surprised that even with you using S units, it still came down to like auto attacking with White King, and not auto attacking, but basic attacking. Well, and
just him attacking, seeing if he could do damage.
I can't believe it came that close when the almighty Plat started using free to play. Like, I mean, Platypus wailed out, dude.
I don't think that there's a cheaper team that could beat that fight. That fight is Pyramid 3, you know, level. It's like the final Pyramid level of wailing required.
Well, you start getting to the thing where some of these fights, you know, I mean, there could be like some like secret path that we didn't see or something. I don't mean to whine. I had zero interest. I opened that fight once to take a look at it, laughed it off, and I'm like, nope, I don't care. I don't care about 50 gems and an icon. I wouldn't take 10 minutes to clear that fight right now. But anyway, crap. Yeah, no, when you start using, more budget-friendly units, the RNG can just go through the roof sometimes and pass.
Yeah, like that was I was on stream today doing a battle road against Nightclub or whatever, the Brownie battle road, and I'm like, it's like I got everything I need to do to win. I can win. I just need the RNG to go right. I can't miss any attacks. I need to get the defense down at least once, and and it took like 10 tries to not, to actually get that shit. So it could be very, very annoying for sure.
All right. Oh, all right, do you want to try to go over Squidzilla now? I think I interrupted that one.
Let's go to Squidzilla because I'm very excited for Great Dragon.
Yes. Okay, so his big thing, Scud Tackle. I like that name. Inflict 240% IO physical damage onto all enemies within range and move up to 4 squares. Okay, that may not sound super impressive, but that is, if you compare it to a B rank skill that starts at 180, all right, they go up to 270. So this thing could go up to maybe 360.
Or is he moving them 4 squares?
You know what? I imagine it's going to work like Elena's skill.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Yeah, which I think always puts you 4 moves ahead unless there's like a barrier or something. I'm not too sure. I've only used that move a few times. The thing is, it's a very bad fit on Elena because she is weak physically. Anyway, but this, if you look at the little thing down here, that hits 3. That's got like the breath type thing. So if this thing goes up to, if it gets a 50% increase like the B skills do, that goes up to 360%, that's bang physical damage on all enemies with her. That's a range 3 line attack for 360 physical. That's insane. So I mean, if any of them have bang weakness, that's another. If it goes up to 360, that's 180, 540% physical damage. That's awesome, and that's without any. If he gets no perks to it, awakening perks. I don't know how that's going to work with talent skills.
It's like, not to mention that, right, he gets this, physical knowledge, increase the power and effect of physical skills by, so potency 15%, and he has like a passive like 15% as a leadership ability.
Yeah. Now
I will say, I'm gonna say right now, out of the units we've seen, this is the one that's immediately the least impressive to me. But it's a huge buff.
He's
this
also
guy goes
the
up
most
to 4
usable
movements sometimes.
He's the most usable currently. He is for bang physical. I don't know about JP, but like right now, today in global, is Sorrow Zap type or no? Sorrow's bang type, right? Okay.
Yeah, Sorrow's like an insane bang type.
Okay, so before Sorrow, he was the only bang physical. I mean, Royal Reptile had a bang B type skill, but it's nice to have on him, but it actually doesn't do enough. Like in Arena, him having that bang B scroll can help, but he doesn't actually have. Royal Reptile doesn't really have the strength to put things down, except for with his Zap Slash. He's not weak, but he's not really strong either. I don't know what this guy's strength.
He has a range of 7, right? Because he can move 4 on the first turn, and then this ends a range of 3, so he can move up to 8 tiles sometimes.
I didn't even think about his +2 with, with this range 3, because he had absolutely no range before.
So he could potentially move up to 8 squares in the first turn if he's strong enough. If he can get in there and attack, and then he doesn't die immediately, like he's still not broken. But sadly, even with all that, he's still not broken because all of his other attacks only hit 1 target. So he's not gonna like wipe a team, right? But
I don't remember if he's at all tanky. That would make a difference here.
Yeah, it's a huge buff. Right? I don't think that this is gonna be, unless his stats are insane, and I just don't know it because his abilities suck right now. I don't see this guy being worth orbs still. I'm gonna kind of judge these like, would I orb it right now? I would orb Metal Dragon personally. I'm not giving people advice. Squid, I'm still not orbing, not yet.
You're making me hate that Metal Dragon is the one that I don't have, which will probably be different by then. But
Don't worry, Gray Dragon, I've already orbed twice, so that you could definitely tell what I'm excited for most.
yeah, I think my Great Dragon is 2 Awakening now. That was my last. That was my last pull. Another Great Dragon, which I'm not excited for. But let's see if I'm going to change my mind. I think we covered Squid. Yeah, I think it's gonna like we don't really know what he looks like fighting at 110, level 110 right now. So I don't know where he lies on the power scale.
110.
Hmm?
I don't think anyone has a Squid at 110. Like literally 0 players.
Yeah, because I'll tell you, like I think we're so used to like just back to the range on his attack. We're so used to that like Elena's skill doing that. It's non-elemental, so it's a decent hit, but it's not that strong. Anything with a bang weakness, especially if they have lower defense, this might not be one shot, but this is going to be a strong attack on top of its range thing. I think that one might be a little stronger than we think. Anyway, Great Dragon. All right, so most importantly, he's getting move +1. That's good. Oh, okay.
I'm waiting for the catch up right now.
Okay.
I'm looking at the delay. I'm waiting for Great Dragon.
He's got the cone, dude. He's got a cone.
Yeah, he gets the DLTF crack version of DLTF.
Cracked,
but
yes.
Way stronger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here he is.
Well, gosh. Well, he gets 15% on his breath skills. I don't think Dragon Lord Trueform gets any bonuses to his thing. That's why I said I don't care about. People tell me that his tail swing is amazing. That's fine. I use him for his breath, and he doesn't get any bonus.
Say in arena, it's always the same way. I open with the breath, and then I might move in and do like a single. I don't have him specifically, but then I might move in to do a physical attack. But usually, I'm still breathing twice.
Yeah.
Look at that. It increases the power of crack breath by 20%, period, and increases the power of breath skills by 15%, period. His leadership ability also increases the potency of all Dragon's Breath by 20%.
And that's what I was going to touch on, is that if this is actually, if this ends up being really good, like it can if it could one-shot some units, I don't think it can one-shot many things in Arena. I really doubt that, but if it's close enough, his leader skill might actually be really good, especially since there's whatever Dimension Dragon or whatever that people were talking about a couple months ago.
Dimension Dragon and also Hackosaurus, right?
Yes. And okay, well, the leader skill won't affect Dragon Lord Trueform, but
it won't affect DLTF, but it does affect Halbersaurus.
Yeah.
I'm actually currently using Halbersaurus for his leadership ability because he gives 20% physical damage to the Boreal Serpent, so that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, yes.
But Great Dragon is gonna be a fucking monster. There's no way with how good he is now. He's fine. He's okay. Obviously not great. His one breath attack isn't fantastic. His movement is 2 is kind of bad, but he does decent damage, and he's fast, and he doesn't die in one hit. These are huge buffs. This guy is gonna fuck things up.
The thing is with a breath that big, I care a lot less about move +1, but it's still very good.
Yeah, it's huge. The difference between the Halbersaurus with 2 movement and then 3 movement in Arena has been massive. It's been a game. I thought it wouldn't be that big of a deal because of how big the range of the breath is. Yeah. It's been a game changer.
Okay, I forget that Arena's before Arena came to Global, I was watching it on JP, and at least the weeks I was watching, their maps were closer together. So that's why I always I keep saying especially when people still rip on Baramos, which is much less now, but I'm dude, agility's bad in Arena because you gotta step into firing range and not hit anything with most of your units.
Yeah, agility is insanely good on exactly one unit, and then it's really bad on all your other units, basically. Unless you're a physical attacker. You don't want a 0 agility Lionheart because he'll just miss. But everything besides agility is straight up a negative in Arena.
So I just had to pull up Great Dragon. Yeah, mine's 2 Awakening. So maybe I'm more excited about that now. I just needed to see what his perks are. So the first one is Crack type ability tricks. So I don't know how much that makes it stronger, but generally,
If you go
the
into
Trix passive
the
is very
perks, if you go
strong.
into the perks instead of the awakening, it should tell you exactly how much it does. I think because you can go into the details.
Oh, it's in the no, the details just says lowers crack type ability MP cost, raises potency. It doesn't say
Okay,
on that screen. But generally, Trix, like
interesting.
on the casters, Trix is generally pretty good. I want to say it's more than 10%, but I'm just kind of pulling that out of my rear. Um, but and no, this is exactly what I was talking about before. We don't know how perks will work. His third and fifth awakening do pump up his cold breath potency. So is that going to change to um, this? Is his cold breath going to be replaced, or I don't know? That would
Yeah,
make
I'm
his
interested.
awakening perks relatively useless, other than the first one.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I don't know if it's going to replace an ability or if you decide to get this, you have to remove a scroll.
Mm.
Like, would this take the scroll slot like heroes do?
Yeah, it's really hard to say. It's not like it's
I mean, it's
impossible
better
they
than
can
any
add them.
scroll you can get, right? But it removes coverage possibilities.
Yeah,
But, I mean, Great Dragon is like a unit built from the ground up to not have any coverage. He's built to do crack damage.
yeah. Of course, the thing is, all this damage is just coming, or sorry, all of this info rather, is just coming from a little translated cue card. So, I think we're just guessing on what it would do to their. We don't know what it's doing to perks, so it might make sense that they will change that. But we'll hopefully find out tomorrow. I don't think this is out yet in JP. If it is, it's only hours old. So,
I think Shane says it is. I could be wrong, but I think he was like, "Oh, did you see it yet?" But maybe he was just talking about one of these posts.
mhm. Pack is saying it does not take scroll slot. Oh, Tamaki's channel has a video. Okay. I'm sorry, I've got another screen up here. I mentioned that I wanted to pay attention more to chat, and then I just didn't.
Zoned out.
Yeah.
Okay, I fuck chat until they're on Patreon. Right now, you're our only patron. So
Now, what I need is, I'm just like going off my laptop, even though I have a pretty. That's a couple years old now, but I have a pretty nice gaming desktop downstairs, and I just do everything on my laptop. Anyway, I need a multi-screen setup, is what I need. All right, so
is this next guy? Is this War Turtle like the A rank War Toys?
Wordus, yeah, War Toys Wordus. Yes. Okay. Gamagan Lore. That's a better name. Yeah. So this one, you know what? I mean, so many of the A ranks are only like meh, that he's not as exciting. But then again, when you go down to A rank and when you're doing breath and martial damage, moderate is just worthless is probably an overstatement, but in reality, worthless.
Well, here's the thing. Like when I look at this unit, I'm like, I kind of like him because he just doesn't die. But
Yeah,
fuck, does he just stand around and do nothing for 20 turns until they eventually kill him? Like he just doesn't hurt anything.
yeah. So Doma, I'm pretty sure is
That's
Zam
Zam
type,
for sure.
which right now in global, I don't know about JP. We don't have any A rank Zam moves. The best one is Jet Black Claws on Dragon Lord True Form. It's stronger than 180% potency starting off, but it's actually still a B skill. It's only a little bit stronger than the standard B skills.
Okay.
But we don't
Yeah,
have
we have
an
like
A type.
We have Zamel users, but we don't like Bone Baron and stuff are Zamel users, but nothing above it.
Yeah, and Zamel sucks, and it's affected by the wisdom cap. So,
Hmm.
yeah. So anyway, it says again. This is translation. It says inflict large domal, Zam type martial damage to all enemies within range. That is appears to just be the self AOE around him. I don't know if that's going up to major damage or not. Plat, have you heard that JP got a rank caster with Kaswoosh?
Really?
There is an A rank
Whoa.
with the A rank spell, Kaswoosh.
The issue is it's probably a banner unit, but if it isn't, I'm all in, buddy.
I don't think it was, but I can't say for sure.
If it's not a banner unit, it's like one of the greatest things that ever happened to the game.
Yeah,
Because
I didn't look into it that
just-
much, but like, just like when you say there's no A rank casters with A rank spells, It was kind of like an actually in one of my chats, I think. Like, actually. And it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. I wish they would just fix the wisdom cap thing. Because I think wisdom cap was a band-aid that we don't need anymore. It's like...
Probably not. I mean, I don't mind if they just adjust it a little bit,
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if you've been reading along without me. This is pretty friggin' cool, man. Rare magic counter. At the beginning of your action, rarely put up a barrier that reflects spells for 3 turns. So he's got a rare chance, I don't know, was that 1 in 4? It's hard to say. To have bounce for 3 turns. There are some encounters where all you're going to need is to get that up once, and that'll be most of the fight. So, and he's got another 30 agility. Again, not good for him, but he's relatively tanky already.
I like it, but I don't know. The thing with spell magic counter is, I don't know. The reason it's good on Sorrow is because it's always there, and you could use it to tank a hit guaranteed, whenever you want. Yeah. But I don't know. Just enemies aren't going to attack him with magic when they do. So as long as you're keeping him near your team, he only has 2 movements, so it could be kind of hard to make sure that he's in the front line.
I think he's actually moved 3. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well that's actually much better then.
Yeah, he's naturally moved 3. If you have him
adjacent to a unit and they don't want to crack, use crackle or something, he can sometimes prevent an enemy from attacking just by having that active. So it could be good. I don't know.
I think he's going to be...
I think it's cooler, but I'm never that impressed with it yet.
No, and he if he's on if you're looking at a battle road or something, he's good. Like mine's level 99 right now. He's got 864 HP. And yeah, he is move 3. Sorry, he gets move +1 at 1 awakening, but unless you've been playing this game for a day, your Wordus has a couple awakenings already.
For sure.
But yeah, and even 321 attack, which isn't bad for a tanky unit, but he doesn't have any. He's martial everything. No, well, he has a physical move, but it's throwaway. It's bite. Or something. Yeah. Anyway, I think he's going to be relatively useful in a lot of places, but in a niche situation, there's going to be a couple of maps, especially Zero Stam stuff, where he's going to be a god. You got something with Zap weakness, and where you need a tank that doesn't need to have cover, and you got casters, Zero Stam, you can just... It really isn't that much RNG to say just, keep restarting the fight until he gets that, the rare magic counter.
It lasts for 3 turns. That's what's most important is you don't need to get it on 1 turn. If you can stall, once you get it once a turn, or then it lasts for quite a while.
Yeah, and if the fight's only going for 4 or 5 turns, if he gets it up turn 1 or turn 2, that's going to be enough for the most part. So again, the agility plus 30 is a huge waste, but he could actually be pretty amazing after this.
It's one of those things that I don't know what resources are going to be used to unlock these. And in order of priority, this guy isn't in my top priority list if I have limited resources to unlock these things. Because I don't think they just get it. I think you get a skill tree and you have to use things to unlock things in the skill tree.
Oh, yeah, they talked about that a little. It was wall text in weird terms, so I didn't read it, but yeah,
I think that this is not an early priority for me, but I feel like this is definitely something you don't want to forget that he has this ability.
Yeah.
Because there will be a time and a place where it's the best ability in the game.
Yes, exactly.
For what you got.
He's going to be a god in 1 or 2 maps. All right, so I think that's it. Now this is a unit that's really cool, especially dude, if you played Dragon Quest II, which I know you didn't, dude, when you're up to, I think they called it Roan in the original game, or the Game Boy Color version, the final map where you're just kind of leveling up to take on the big bad. You get a ton of these guys, and they hit so hard.
Yes.
There's so many Dragon Quest games where when you see this guy, you should be worried. And his A rank isn't terrible, but it's not good right now. It's usable. I think he even there's probably a couple arena maps where he's fine to use currently, but I'm very excited about him getting stronger, just flavor wise, and just me being a DQ fanboy. I'm excited to see him get some spotlight. And while rambling, I just looked at his little card here. There's a cone attack, dude. There's, oh my god, Ultra Stamp. All right, it seems to be elementless, but it is an A rank with a 180% physical.
It just it's Nightclubber's attack.
Is his 180% physical? Okay.
Yeah, at level 1 or
okay.
plus 0.
Yeah, so it probably goes up to 270. So there's no elemental bonus here, but dude, this is still. What level is mine? Did I awaken? I think I may have just like rank 6'd mine today, but let's see what his level at least 90 stats are.
Let me take a look. I'll see what mine is. Mine might.
Oh, I got.
Mine's probably not level 100. Mine's probably level 90.
Mine's level 90, and with a little D rank weapon on, he's attack 350. So his attack is good. It's not amazing. It is really more tanky than attacker, but for a move with that kind of range...
What would his attack be like at 100, though? It would get a pretty big boost. Maybe not as big as I'm thinking, though.
It's. I think they generally, like, units like this only get, like, 3 attack per level. Like, it'll probably go up to, like, 380. Let's get this weapon off. It's a D rank weapon, so it's probably adding, like, 3 attack anyway, but...
Won't lie.
347, yeah.
This is my new most unhyped one. But there is something worth mentioning here, I think. Is we see this asterisk or whatever, you can learn 3 of the same characteristic. To me, this seems that you can get plus 120 HP 43 times, and you can get plus 60 agility 32 times.
So I don't know how that works with the other...
I assume it's like the asterisk is literally for like HP plus 40, and then it's like, oh, by the way, this one's learnable 3 times. Like, it's going to have 3 spots on the thing for it.
Well, that's... Okay, so... Well, let's go back to Great Dragon here. You can learn 2 of the same characteristic. You can get... does that mean that you'd be able to get...
The Great Dragon doesn't... Great Dragon... It'll have an asterisk after you can learn it. Like, Metal Dragon, HP plus 50. Looks like you'll be able to actually get HP plus 100.
Yeah. That makes it good, because, I mean, agility plus 30 is crap on so many of these guys. It's probably better on Cyclops than a lot of the other units, but... I was just wondering if Great Dragon could get a double boost to his breath tricks.
It does. It looks like instead of doing that, what they did is they gave one like 15% and one 20% as a way to kind of like
Okay.
Instead of the doubling.
Yeah. But
Gigantus, like, I'm just not impressed with this at all personally.
No, it makes him... Okay, you know what? No, he's still not going to be great, but, like, I think it kind of increases his current spot where he is usable but not exciting. Like, the idea of just putting him on, like, your general team, this guy will always be like, yeah, he does something. And he can get another move right now, so... Yeah, if he had, like... Dude, if he had Hellions attack or something like that, that move would be amazing. But he's got the attack of, like, you know, a good tank unit right now. Like, he's not doing big damage to anything, so...
Like, maybe at, like, plus 10, and, you know, with the flail on, at, you know, level 100, like, this is really good. But at that point, I don't know, you could just have... You probably already have a Nightclubber, and Nightclubber probably is still stronger. Yeah. Maybe not, though.
If that Ultra...
But the thing is, like, this guy is not needing for attacks. He's got the inorganic attack, right, where he one-shots inorganics with, like, 400% potency. And then he has Beat to a Pulp, which is a 195% at plus 0 potency. And it has a chance to stun. So this is almost like, this ability is not throwaway, but it's like, you can't get close enough, might as well Ultra Stomp this turn. You know, it's almost like War Bellow on Ragnar. Yeah. Where it's just like, all right, you're just doing something just so you aren't wasting a turn.
Yeah, what I'm disappointed about is, I think he has, like, a bit... No, does he have an elemental attack already? Oh, okay, no, so yeah, he's currently... He's just got the inorganic. I was going to say, if that Ultra Stomp had any kind of element on it, I would be like, oh, that's amazing. But yeah, it's really... He'll be nice sometimes. Like if there was, like, a new player that's like, what team do I use to go through story? I'd be like, you know what? Why don't you put Cyclops on your team? He's pretty good. Gigantes, rather.
I'm thinking, like, my only issue, again, is resources. Like, do I want to put the resources to get him up to level 100 and get this ability up to plus 10? Because you probably have to plus 10 it for it to be good. I'm not sure.
Yeah, like I said, my thing is that he's just going to be really good as like a new player story unit, which isn't really a thing that's necessary, but I don't know. He's going to be really good. He's going to be pretty good on any map for like casual content. And you know what? A thing where like, if you're doing a budget team or whatever, because I think we're at the point where A ranks from the general pool are budget now, way more than like Bubble Slime now.
Yeah,
I
but
think
Bubble Slime is now like an elitist unit almost.
yeah. So if you're on a map where you just need his resistance, he's going to be a damn good unit. But again, yeah, if the resources needed for this system are too limited, then yeah, he's not getting any.
Oh my god, this Archer is absolutely incredible. I'm very excited to get there.
Spoiler
we should
alert.
probably go through these a little bit faster. I think
Okay. Are we at like an hour now?
How long is the pod passing going? We've been an hour. Yeah, okay. It'll probably take about a half hour to get through the rest of these. That's
Yeah,
fine.
we're just in an hour now. Yeah. I wasn't even going to touch on like this is taking longer than I thought. And it's more interesting. I'm more pumped for this than I thought I would be. So I was going to touch on us
I'm
being
very
screwed
excited.
over in the DQ35 package, but I think that's old news now. Anyway, so this
Yeah,
is the
it's like who cares
Yeah.
kind of. Like it's not who cares, but it's like honestly like I don't really I didn't want the package. I
Yeah.
don't want I spent $100, so I'm cool with it.
I'm the same way. Yeah. All right, so I don't remember what this guy's name is. If it's just regular skeleton.
His name is Skeleton Soldier.
Skeleton Soldier, that's right. So he's got a 170% IO physical to all enemies within range. It's not super exciting, but if so you attack one enemy and it also hits the enemies to the side of it. If you're hitting 2 or 3 units with that, that's an amazing skill. Again,
It's nice because like Slineheart has one similar to this, but it hits like 4 times randomly or whatever. And this is always going to hit all of them for equal damage, so you know that you're getting your damage in.
And as long as it
Very
scales,
interesting range.
yeah, and as far as B rank physical skills go, the standard B rank physical is 180, and this is only 170. So if it scales the same, if this goes to, like 255, this is an amazing skill for a B unit. Again, this is B. So
Yeah. Very good B unit skill for sure. It's kind of it kind of helps them clear out trash, right? It's not going to be what you're using to target down bosses.
Yeah, this is going to be more for maybe battle roads, like event battle roads where they throw a couple of random units in there. Because, yeah, you're probably still not bringing this guy to any content. But, for a B rank, I've got him with, I don't know, there's some random weapon on him. But he's got about 700 HP and 382
That's a lot of
attack.
HP. Is yours level? Is yours rank
He's
6?
90, yeah. He's 90, fully
Okay, so-
awakened.
It takes an iris to do that, so I'm careful with the bees right now.
Oh, I wasn't sparing, I wasn't careful with my irises at the beginning. Like, if I was doing a battle road, I just, got everything up to rank 6. And now I'm out of irises.
Mine's at level 80. It has 309 attack. That's not bad for a B unit. And, honestly, look at this second ability. The Dead Spirit Eating, whatever that is. Every time it defeats an enemy, increase your attack power for 3 turns. The fact that, if you go into anything that has, a little bit of trash or something that's weak to bang, this is a way that you can almost, war bellow while killing something, right?
Yeah. I'm assuming it's only a 15%.
If you one-shot one thing, you're more likely to one-shot the second thing and then the third thing.
Yeah. It's probably only a 15% increase, but sometimes these things are tricky or just poorly worded. It could be a double, it could be a 30% attack increase, but that's still good for just an extra talent characteristic on a B unit. And he's getting move +1, it looks like.
I mean, I haven't seen that kind of skill on anything, right? Does anything in the game have the ability to strengthen by killing? I don't think so. This is really cool.
So I took the weapon off at level 90, fully awakened, 657 HP, 345 attack. So for a B unit, that's a darn good attack. I mean, Gargoyle's higher. That's still good HP, good attack. Defense 277, that's a good attack. I think his agility's even decent at 259. So he's not bad.
Yeah,
he could be
is way stronger than mine.
He could be an arena unit. Especially if you
for
got
sure.
if you got to take on a couple of units, maybe they're weaker units with a bang weakness. This is a good 20-point unit.
Yeah, I mean he's got the B rank. We know the B rank physical
25.
with weakness is enough to like one-shot things sometimes. If you have, the attack to back it up, of course. But like with the extra movement and the extra attribute, the extra bang damage he's going to get here, like this is good. Like he's going from so basically I would say that this is buffing him up to be about as good as Mummy Boy, probably. Like Mummy Boy is a fucking monster for a C unit. And this unit is like obviously worse than that unit. They're different, but like this is kind of like he's getting the 3 movement, he's getting extra damage, he's getting so he's kind of just becoming a better, like, I don't know about arena, but like this guy can clear content. Like in the fights that you want this unit now, he's going to be so much better.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't even get that these next units are all. This is so crazy. I'm so excited.
Okay, so Poison Arrow Hood. I don't remember what his name is. Something Archer. Poison Arrow. 195% physical damage to one enemy. Occasionally inflict deadly poison.
That is incredible.
Does that mean envenomate when it says deadly poison?
That's envenomate. Deadly poison is envenomate.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. Okay. And then he just has
unless I'm mistaken. But like he already has an ability.
Yeah.
That is Poison Arrow, which this is Poison Arrow.
Yeah.
But it's stronger. So that's so weird. So maybe they'll be called something different. But he already has an attack called Poison Arrow that deals lower potency damage and has a chance to occasionally poison. This looks like it's an occasionally deadly poison. So it looks like he can just envenomate people.
Yeah.
Straight up on his own.
So I pulled this guy up. Mine's level 85, fully awakened. 616 HP, which for a C unit like that is going to be ranged.
That's good. A ranged unit. That's a good HP.
Yeah, that's good. 287 attack. That's low, but he's going for poison, so it doesn't really matter. Mm-hmm. Defense is garbage, 152. Agility is 248. That's respectable for a C unit. Now here's the thing. This poison. Now we're all excited about Poison Arrow. With the chance of inflicting envenomate, apparently. That is very good. But with with Poison Drug, rarely poison when you attack with a physical skill, if that is a rare chance on each attack, it means that he basically has King Bubble Slime's ability, because don't forget, this ability still has a move called Rain of Pain. Deals 60% potency physical damage to random enemies in area of effect 4 times. So it has like a multi-fist range, but it's range 2.
And did you read this next thing? Poison success rate plus 10%?
How did I didn't even see that yet. So if he gets both of these things, that's amazing. Attack power plus 20 is like nice, thank you. Who cares?
Is this unit just gonna be in my main team? Like this feels like this is like, hey, this is the boss killing unit now.
Yeah, this is I'll tell you, this is actually, we need this today because this will help. There are some maps right now, like Prustless, for example. It's like, well, I don't have King Bubble Slime. I've got a Hell Gladiator. It's like, no, you need King Bubble Slime because you need that later skill, but you also need it to be ranged. Yeah. This guy, like, you pair him up with Hell Gladiator, and I mean, now you've got like this amazing. Dude, if you could afford to have the combo on your team, your RNG goes down so much it's crazy.
I can't believe how, like, this seems like a massive buff. It seems like they're like, hey, we need to do something for people that don't have King Bubble Slime. We need to give a unit that's as good, and this is arguably better. It's not better because it has a range 3, and it doesn't it doesn't hit multiple units at once. Like, he's never going to be... He could potentially hit multiple units at once with the 4 attack thing, but, like, he's probably not going to envenomate 2 things in one turn ever. But he does have a better chance of envenomating a single target than King Bubble Slime does.
Yeah, when you're in a situation where you're doing, you're taking on a boss, you're doing the poison method, you're using a cover tank or whatever, if you can afford to have 2 units dedicated to poisoning, KBS or Hell Gladiator, with a range like this, I'd say Hell Gladiator's leader skill makes him better. Yeah, this guy's going to be great. It's going to take so much RNG out of poison strats.
I want that unit today. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Because, I mean, yeah, I thought that this was going to go shorter. I thought we were going to need more things. But, I mean, I've said this a bunch of times. Like, just the way some of the event units work, as good as they are, and the fact that JP being 10 months old still hasn't had a event unit return is very worrying. Yeah, this kind of, I mean, it's just about poison strats right
I
now.
can't believe that there's not reruns on these units that people miss.
Yeah, which I realize that they keep us too busy stam-wise for returning events for the most part, but you still got to have them there. Again, the favorite part of any of my videos when I start talking about Dokkan, Dokkan actually took care of this by, now it has events recur as well, but it gives you keys to go to any stage that isn't currently available for the most part, and it's zero stamina, you just use up a key. The keys are relatively limited, but if there's a system where you give new players like, I don't know, 100 keys or whatever, you could earn them rarely, hell, even buy them, where you can go and fight old stages to get the important units. There we go. That problem gone. Right.
Well, they could even do it like just like they did Ragnar, right? You could have some sort of medal system where you earn medals, and that you could buy crystals for these units.
Yeah, there's just got to be something so that you can get some of these units. If for nothing else, that is a new play, then as a new player, you often need to follow guides. And that's why I've been saying, like, what are you talking about budget, Plat? You're using King Bubble Slime in a video. He's not budget anymore. That's just teasing, obviously. I can't even think of a good example.
No, I mean,
but...
I'm a time whale, you know? Like, I'm a whale because I played every day since day one.
I want that to be a game, and that's what our next podcast is going to be about. Plat.
Time whale.
Time whale. Yeah. I believe it was on the Sega Genesis. No, Sega CD.
What's crazy is, like, God, I had something I wanted to say, and now I'm going to look like a fucking idiot because I don't remember what the fuck I was going to say.
Too late.
These units are cool, all right? I'm excited for these units, I guess. I can't remember what I was going to say. King Bubble Slime is great.
Yeah.
I'll remember later.
All right, so let's move on. Tired of watching Plat be a fucking idiot.
This is, I'm not going to lie, this next one is spicy as well.
Oh, Plat gets excited about a slime unit. What a fucking surprise.
I'm telling you, this is spicy. This might be one of the best. This might be the best D unit now, which isn't that hard to say, but this is a big buff.
I just looked right down here and I'm like, range 1? Are you kidding?
Gross.
Range 1? But he has 270% crack physical damage to one enemy.
Is that A rank? Is that Crackle Slash? Is that fucking Killing Machine?
I think. Let me look at Killing Machine. I finally got one, although he's useless because I don't have an awakening on him.
This is perfect.
Yeah, dude, that's Crackle Slash. He literally has Crackle Slash. I don't know if they'll change the name.
But here's the thing: if it's gonna take A tomes, I'm a little pissed. If it's gonna take B tomes, I'm in.
Good question. Yeah.
Because I don't want to spend A tomes on this, but this guy has Crackle Slash.
Right now, I mean, you've got your Glacial Doom at +10, right? I mean, you're not a noob, are you?
I do have it at +10. I also have.
Then what else are you going to use your A rank crack scrolls on, bro?
I don't have Crackle Slash at +10 yet.
Oh, but
I'm not farming.
I don't know. This guy might be better than. Maybe this guy is better than him. All right, so mine's only D5. Oh, this guy is farmable. Mine's only at 2 awakening. I am a scrub stream.
Mine's actually max awakening. I wonder how I got that.
Yeah, so at 2 awakening at only level 70, he is attack 200. So
mine's
that's
at 234 at level 70 max awakening.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't know what you can expect. Like maybe another 30 attack on him for the next 10 levels.
So yeah, let's say because I had you had 245 on one of your units where I had 209, so it's around 40 attack for 10 levels.
Yeah, it's 2 to 4. Yeah, usually attack stats go up 2 to 4 a level. But
so he's probably going to get up to 2. I don't want to say around 260 passively from his levels.
That sounds fair. Now this one actually matters that he has the option for attack, move +1 and attack +20.
And it's actually attack +40, right? He gets because he gets that twice. It looks like.
I guess so. Yeah, it's hard to say. For a unit like this, if you can choose the power over the move, maybe you go that way. Hard to say. Also, every time an ally. Okay, this is translation here, so I don't know. Every time an ally is defeated, does that mean? Oh no,
Every time one
sorry,
of your
that's not
allies
enemies.
dies.
That's allies. When you lose an
Yep.
ally, you increase your attack power for 3 turns. Um, it's good as a freebie. It's not a great ability, but it's better than not having
It's
it.
so it's obviously completely useless trash in arena. But like think about this unit as a I don't know when you're going to use this over killing machine, but if you don't have a killing machine, this guy has the same movement. So he currently has 234 attack. Let's say hypothetically at level 80, he goes up to 260 attack, right? I think
Yeah.
that's reasonable. He gets another 26 attack.
Yep.
If he gets 40 attack from this, that puts him up at 300 attack. That means if you have the flail, he's going to be at about 370 attack with a crackle slash
Yeah.
for a D unit.
Sorry. What attack were you saying? Like, yeah, we could probably get him. Oh, so if he gets the double attack boost here, 300. So we'll say 30 on a what? Let's say he gets up to strength 330. Does that sound fair?
Well, his attack goes up to 370 with flail because that flail does about 70 attack. If you have that specific weapon, of course.
All right, let's put him at 350. I'm gonna run through my damage
Okay.
calc real quick if I remember how to do it. I think
All right, what does crackle slash go up to? Do you know at the 270 abilities? I could look at mine. It's like +8 or something.
it's probably if it's like the B skills, it's probably 50% higher. So
It
add
goes up higher than that
135.
per thing.
I think it
Mine's-
goes up to 405.
Yeah, 405. I think that's probably it. Mine's at 378 at +8, so it's right around. I think it goes up like 12, 13% each time.
Yeah. Let me see. I think times. Okay, so I mean, just looking at a real like bare bone. It's been a while since I looked at the damage calculation. Just doing like 350 attack against a opponent with 300 defense. You just multiply it by 4.05. It comes up. He'll be doing around 400 damage without any perks or anything like that, which there probably are. I mean, you'll have at least probably 10% potency bonus on him somehow.
And that's assuming no weakness, also, right? Like that.
That's
just
right,
Like
that's
up,
right.
They're not resistant to it. They're
Yes.
just defense versus attack.
All right, so I mean, if you get like a 10% potency bonus on him, that's like 450 damage almost, and then yeah, times 1.5. Thing I can't believe I'm not thinking. So I mean, 300 defense, very bare bones calculations, probably under. With brilliance, you're looking at 670 damage. For a D unit, that's good because 300 defense is on the high side of average.
Okay, I got breaking news. Also, slime does get a skill tree. Normal slime.
Oh, okay. They just don't have that in here.
It's not in this list, but I just got sent a message on Discord that shows Tamaki or whatever looking at the slime skill tree. He gets an A ranked frizz breath.
What?
Scorch. He can use it one time with his MP.
You know what? That's cool. I like that. Because that means that you can make a video where you finish it off with the F rank slime.
That's right.
Okay, so
Man, look at this. This fucking Slime Knight is like, that's pretty spicy. Like, I don't think it's as good as Bobkin Archer. Like, I think Bobkin Archer is actually like meta defining for free to play players.
Yes.
Right? Like, what you're gonna do is be warped around him. Slime Knight though is like, this is a big buff. It's a useless unit to being like, wow, this is like situationally a tiger cub for a different element, you know?
yeah. I mean, this is yeah, sorry, I got a friend. I think somebody was trying to tell me something on the Discord too. Yeah, this guy is 15 points in arena, guys. And again, at mine is only rank 5. He's only 2 awakening, but 446 HP. So no, I mean he's still weak, but the right map, the right situation. This guy can help put something down.
All right, maybe Deadly Poison is just poison. It's hard for me to know because the next character gets something called Poison Breath, which we have, but nothing's called exactly what it is, right?
It's so hard to tell, yeah.
But it says Poison Breath does I'm gonna take a look at this unit.
Well,
Deadly poison. But
I'll tell you,
this is a rank E.
mathematically, I'm probably wrong, but like when I'm looking to poison something, like a boss or whatever, EX fights, whatnot. When I'm using King Bubble Slime, I actually prefer Toxic Thrust over the Breath that auto envenomates. I like going for the 4 rare shots. It's probably wrong, but well, for Zoma, for example, with his healing, there was actually some benefit to poisoning him first and then getting envenomated on him the next round. So, cause I'm pretty sure it had a better chance to poison, to just get 1 poison on him than the other one did have to envenomate.
All right.
Yeah.
I've got good news. I can confirm, in my opinion, with 100% certainty, that Deadly Poison is envenomate.
That makes sense.
This unit, Soil Child, is Lick Slime. What is it? Lick Spittle. It already has Poison Breath as an attack, and it already does poison. And so this is probably the Venom Breath.
Did you read down to Numb Breath? Okay. Oh my.
Numb Breath very rarely paralyzes when you attack with a breath skill. This is a passive. This isn't a new skill.
Paralysis
this is just like sometimes
plus
you can
10%.
envenomate and poison. Yeah. It is very rarely. So it's very rarely like 10%. So maybe it's a 20% of the time you attack someone with poison, you have a chance to also paralyze them, which also would deal 25% of their max life because they'd miss a turn.
I mean, 60% of the time that's going to hit every time. Sorry, that's an old Anchorman joke. Sex Panther? Yeah.
Yeah, Sex Panther. I actually just referenced it yesterday to my girlfriend.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we don't need to know how that story ends. Giggity. It was banging, guys. Banging. It ended in banging.
Banging. Man, even Ghost is getting Ghost is gonna be good. These are all good. What the fuck? These are good units.
Plat, you're being a bad co-host. Stop spoiling, okay? They're waiting for me to discuss this with bated breath, and you're here too. But you can't keep spoiling, bro.
Look it up on your own, guys. Open your brain. Don't wait for us.
Okay, so I just pulled this guy up. He's another farmable one. He's a story unit. Mine's only at 4 awaken. 373 HP. But since he's using breath and his damage doesn't mean a damn thing, you can get another, if you don't need it on other units, you can get 200 to 300 HP on this guy through the right weapons and equipment. I think some of the armor is going to be best rolled for HP.
Yes.
So you could get this guy up to over 500 HP very easily. Defense is garbage, 147. Attack, 159 is garbage. His MP is actually 116 too, but no, his abilities are all super cheap. So unless this new one is super expensive, that is fine. 98 agility. So his stats are abysmal. Weight 10.
And Venomate.
Yeah. Weight 10. So yeah, gosh.
The weight might as well be 900. It doesn't matter. This unit will never see arena play ever for any reason.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, God, if it weren't all about speed, I mean, I don't know what very rarely paralyzed plus 10% is.
But you would never use this over Armful in that situation. Unless the weight was so restrictive, you would still probably use Ghost in that situation.
Oh, probably. Just because, it's whatever his paralysis breath is the deadly poison breath. Now, is deadly poison, I mean, that's not envenomate, right? What, did we say that we think it is?
Envenomate.
It is
Envenomate. For sure, because he already has poison breath.
I mean,
so this is a secondary poison breath. It's probably venom breath. It's probably envenomate instead of poison.
There are going to be maps and situations where this guy, obviously with a cover tank, could be better than the archer, whatever his name was.
No, absolutely. In certain non-arena things, this guy could just be better than the archer.
Yeah, if they're weak to paralysis, if they're not immune to paralysis, this guy could be amazing. And dude, there's options for poison now. There's option for poison strats.
There's option. There's actually you can already I know it's not used that much, but the poison archer is already pretty good. In the battle road, mine's only level 60, and he just fucking destroyed the battle road 8 because he just envenomated everything. It took 2 turns, but he's still really good. But he's getting. It's so nice to have real options for poisons. The only thing we're missing is a Hell Gladiator-esque passive on a leadership ability on a free-to-play unit that isn't King Bubble Slime. You know, something that's like in the general A pool.
Mm.
Because because you still like, when something's immune, you still need Hell Gladiator for if people don't have King Bubble Slime, and so it would be nice if they had something for like in the general A pool, they gave one of the A units some sort of poison leadership ability. They didn't address any of the leadership abilities of the A units, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. But yeah, this guy is that's nice. You know, it's really nice for an E rank. All right. So on to Ghost.
Yeah, which, believe it or not, looks pretty fucking good.
All right, so this is all we've got for this list. By the way, who put this out? I don't know if they translated or whatever, but we've got Burning Moonlight to thank for the post at least, so thank you for that. All right, so...
And I'm actually happy this list doesn't have everything, because we'd be here for another 6 hours trying to... Like, apparently Slime has it. Who knows how many other units might have reworks.
Yeah.
This is the most exciting thing that the game could have ever have done. You know what I care about in this game? I care about having a utility belt of fun, interesting units that I could use to complete hard content. And what this is doing, it's adding options and flexibility and usability to these units. I don't really care about the next A unit or the next, you know, S tier banner unit that's going to come out and be better than all the other units. I'm like, yeah, I get it. I don't want to spend money to brute force a tactics game, personally. That's like the opposite of what I want.
Yeah.
What I want is to use interesting, fun, weaker units to overcome odds. And that's what this game is. That's what this kind of shit. This is like the number one thing, other than, you know, better ways to spend money and better communication to global. Like, this is the kind of shit that I love, that I would love in this game.
Yeah. Now I will say, from what I gathered from the translation that I like breezed through, I've heard that some of the levels you need to do to get these resources to do this stuff, some of them are difficult, but it's hard to say. I mean, there's a lot of things that they say are difficult that aren't. But then again, everybody knows I'm the biggest whiner about difficult content in this game. I don't find it enjoyable. I think it's trial and error AI manipulation, which is not my thing.
For me, I love difficult content. I love solving it, and then once I've solved it, I hate implementing the solution. Like, all right, I figured out I could win if this, and this go right, but it's going to take me 40 attempts to get it. That's when I get frustrated. But typically, like, I like being able to clear content. Like, in general, I think it's fun. Like, I like using weak shit to clear content, and then after I've cleared it, I like using my whale side to farm the content, you know?
Yeah.
Like, all right, I did it. Now let's bring in Zoma.
Yeah, I mean, what amazes me is, like, some of the people... No, I mean, sometimes weaker, like, lower tier units are the best unit for the job, but I think Insane Evil is in the chat. I mean, sometimes, like, he's clearing stuff with, like, C and D rank units. I'm like, dude, there wasn't a better, like, A or B? Like, did you just, like, have to show off what a genius you are, or what a... No, his videos are amazing, but some of them are like...
Where I did Killing Machine with 3 units?
Yeah. His videos are amazing, but also, like, sometimes I watch and I'm like, oh, that's going to take me, like, 50 attempts for... They are sometimes RNG dependent, but, I mean, the fact that he's getting stuff down with C and D ranks is amazing. And I will never, ever be the guy to figure that out.
Dude, that's still the thing about, like, casters. Like, the wisdom cap kind of sucks, but casters are still insane at the low tiers during that kind of content.
Yes.
Right? Like, I'm still hitting, like, a rank C physical attacker isn't hitting most of the time for 500, you know, or whatever, you know, or 400. And fucking Klosser can fucking do that. That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's so funny. When somebody told me that, I said it before, but I'm like, there's no way that's right. And then I remembered the wisdom cap working, and I'm like, oh yeah, you put the right weapon on him. He's got, if he has Frizzle potency bonuses, which he does, it's like, oh, yeah, he's the best.
He hits for like 40 more damage than Belith does with just plain Frizzle.
That's the thing. Awakening perks are so much more important than people realize. Like, Hellion's attack is really high, but the reason Hellion is a beast is, well, he is a beast type, haha, is that he gets 32% passive potency through his awakenings. So that on top of his great strength, like, just makes him... Most things only get, like, 5% potency perks. Sometimes they only get it twice. So, you know, he's getting 32% bonus, where a lot of things only get like 12% on their big ability. So big difference there. So anyway, Ghost here. I think his talent skill is just Zamel. I think
It is. It is Zamel. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, because the thing is like he only has Zam and Frizz, which are not good.
He's gonna be able to do 400 damage or 390 damage, just like all the other big boys. If you give him, he is getting plus 40 wisdom, and remember, you only need to hit 250, 254, I think, something like it's 250 to 259.
It's a little bit lower for Zamel or higher for Zamel. I can't remember, but I always just think of it as 270, and I think it's a little bit lower than that. But
it's below 259 for sure.
Okay.
But it's above 250.
So mine right now,
it's somewhere in that range.
Fully awakened, no weapon, nothing. At level 70 is 115 wisdom. So
that's a long way to go.
Yeah. What is the? Do you remember? He's undead type, awakens? Right? Mine's fully awakened with what did I say? 115 wisdom.
Mine has 87 wisdom, so mine has a really long way to go.
What a scrub. Yeah, mine's F6 is 2. I ranked it up. So what's the best? Is it going to be like the Skull Staff is the best for him? Another 22. For 36 wisdom on him. I think that might be the best. There aren't like great general use caster weapons right now. I'm pretty sure.
By the time we're at this point of the game, we're gonna have the 200 mini metal staff, which is insane.
Okay. Do you remember what kind of wisdom is on that?
We can't see it all.
Oh, okay.
But it has general. Here, I'll just go look at the mini metal shop while you take a look at that unit. Fucking hurry up. There we go.
So all right. So if we're looking at 115, we'll.
Sorry, 100 mini metals. It has at least 28 wisdom on it, and it has a spell potency of 4% built in, and we don't know what else it has built into it.
All right, so let's say we can get 40 wisdom on it with a weapon. We'll just say 40 wisdom. And then another 40 through that, so another 80 on here. We're looking at a hair under 200 with this theoretical weapon and this double wisdom plus 20. You put F7 on top of that, he's probably not... He's not hitting the wisdom cap, but for an F rank, he's coming close enough. Now his HP is
it's going to improve the healing ability that everyone has the mid heal on him already.
But he's nowhere close to the mid heal cap. So yeah, when he just starts getting strong, dude, with him being is that what you were saying? Like him getting another 40 wisdom makes him so much better at mid heal, or at least significantly better. Again, this guy is only going to be good enough in arena. I mean, this doesn't make a bit of difference in
well, I'm not 100% sure, because if you look at the rest of his stuff, he now has a 10% chance to just stun things, like, give or take. The very rarely chance to stun things when you attack him with a spell.
I was just looking
That's
at
pretty good.
But
if you have another Zam user, like just in general, like, he also has a chance to just get free attacks.
Yeah, what is this is another one that we're gonna have to see how this works out after translation. Pack Demon knows everything. Do you know how Dolma Pursuit works? I'll look at the chat again. Sorry, I've got my window up over chat. But it still says when a friend other than yourself attacks an enemy, it attacks. If this thing is throwing around like, maybe not full strength, but if it's throwing around Zamels for free, once or twice around, maybe he's amazing. Like, but I'll say the stun characteristic doesn't really make me think he's better in PvE. Outside, maybe if they're like super weak to stun, it could be on the right map. But
I'm thinking like he holds he's extra good when he has a cover tank now, right? Because he's already people already have the heal on him. On top of the fact that if you have a heal on him and you have let's say you have like the plus formation, right?
Yeah.
You have him on the right of the plus, and you have another Zam user or something, a range 3 on the left. He could heal the tank every turn and still have a chance to attack the same enemy with the follow up every turn.
That's a good point.
And has a chance to stun.
His MP at level 6 level 70 rather, is only 117. There are a couple of things that can boost his MP, but you're looking to boost his wisdom too. So it depends. I mean, you're probably not looking at getting more than another 20 MP on him. But if there's a short fight where you need him for mid heal, yeah, there's probably a fight or two where he is gonna be good enough to heal maybe. And then that Zamel, the pursuit thing will be amazing.
This is gonna be big. It's making the unit better in ways that are fun and interesting. Like, right, this guy, he gets like this whole kit, and it's not just like, hey, you did get 40 wisdom, but it's not like, hey, we added, to make this unit better, we added 400 HP and 400 wisdom, and we gave him an A rank spell. It's like, they didn't just make him like some broken, overpowered unit. They really gave it like thought of like, how can we make this unit like flexible and cool and interesting? And I feel like they were just fucking succeeded.
Yeah, especially for Ghost. Like I said, it's the F rank that they didn't need to buff the most. But then again, I mean, I don't like bringing Ghost to Arena. Like, I've got mine fully awakened and I'm still not doing it. I don't know if I still don't know if I want to put mid heal on him.
Ghost is good in Arena if you have enough bannered units that you're bringing in. If you don't have enough banner units to bring it in, then he really, like, you could just use, because if you're using like a banner unit and a normal S, now suddenly you could bring like an A rank or something, right? Like, you don't need to bring Ghost.
Yeah.
Or, like, you bring like a B rank or something.
But yeah, I mean, this really, this is like pushing his Arena usefulness up significantly higher, I would say. And Pack Demon is saying that it is just how it translates. He said that the Metal Dragon one was wrong, but this one seems to be correct. And he says it seems to have like a leader skill type range, like anything within like 2 range of you maybe.
Well, he has to be able to hit it without moving, right? I assume it has to be exactly Zamel range for it to work.
Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, if it throws out like Zam, that's cool. If it's Zamel, that's amazing. I wouldn't automatically assume it's throwing out Zamel, because that could be OP.
Oh, for sure, it could be OP, I think.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing. It's fun. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody, although apparently they like to do it to me. But like, Nib laughs when I say like something's got to be fun. But guys, we're playing a game. It's got to be fun. Like,
different people find different things fun, so I totally can understand someone like, oh, you don't find the things fun that I find fun.
Yeah.
But there's also like, there is things that are fun. Fun is the most important thing in a game. Sometimes it's not just about like, oh, what's the most mathematically appropriate, like, oh, well, here's like, what do you mean you're not having fun? It's mathematically valuable,
Yes.
Like, that could be just because that applies to some people doesn't mean it applies to everyone. And I don't know. I don't want to undermine anyone. I'm trying to be a wuss and take the middle ground for both people's sides there.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, yeah, you can't just give players everything they want, but then there's a certain line. I feel like Square is really bad. This is outside of Dragon Quest Tag. Square is really bad about giving its fan what they want, because like sometimes it's like, Square, we're desperate to throw money at you. Will you just like give us this port, give us this thing? And they're like, what did you guys say? You wanted us to screw up the next Final Fantasy game?
Let's do it. Final Fantasy 16 or 13, whatever one it was.
The only reason Final Fantasy 16 looks good to me is I think they're ripping off The Witcher, which would be amazing. Witcher 3 is the best game of all time. Like, I don't even feel like that's opinion. I think that's fact. But anyway,
I think Witcher 3 is like pretty good.
All right,
that's
well,
my opinion.
I think you're an idiot, but anyway,
I beat it twice. That should tell you what I think about it.
Yeah.
I beat Witcher 1 and 2 and then 3 twice.
I love
the game.
I hated the first couple hours so much of The Witcher. It was so boring. I didn't like it, and then I got into it. I'm like, oh, it's the best game ever.
I think I just played. My issue with The Witcher is that I played it for 1,000 hours and it became way too fucking easy on Death March. I'm like, the game is easy. It's like, yeah, but it's not the game's fault.
Yeah.
You played it so much that you just have mastered the battle system.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see. Well, we're at I didn't pay too much attention to the time, and then the podcast. This is just the live time. We're at an hour 40 now. Do you want to close it up? Do you want to take a couple of questions? It's our
Well, you know
first.
what? Let's see if there's any questions. If there
Yeah.
are no questions, we'll wrap it up. But either way,
Yeah.
we'll plan on going for another 10 minutes
Yeah.
with a buffer to go an extra 20 minutes if the questions take us there.
Yeah. If they're good questions, if they're stupid, you just keep it to yourself. Unless
If
they're
anything
about
by Pack Demon will just be ignored.
yeah. Unless they're about Dokkan Battle, I will answer all questions about Dokkan Battle on the Dragon Quest TAC podcast.
Yes, I'm sorry. That goes without saying. This
Obviously.
Dokkan Battle is our primary concern. But if you insist on being a scrub and asking about tactical answer,
That could be our next podcast where you just we have the same setup, but you like just play a game the whole time in the background. I talk about Dokkan Battle, and you say, "Oh, that's cool, man." Every couple minutes.
Yeah, real nice. That'll be our April 1st one.
Yeah. Oh, that's so
Me and
far
Lolly
away.
had this great plan where we were going to get into like a match and we were going to play and pretend we were going to lie and show that we were doing Square contacted me or the team. Now we're going to do an early access PvP, the very first real-time PvP. They want to do a launch for both global and Japan at the same time. And so we had this huge. It was a great lie, and it was built. And we put seeds in a few weeks before about like, they've been contacting Perp about something. But then I was like, you know what? It was too much effort, so I just did my troll tier list.
Yeah.
The actual recording of the video was too hard.
There's kind of a question. What's with the Cage beef? I don't know who Cage is, so sorry again. But
do you actually have beef with Cage right now, or no?
Huh? Okay. How could you not? That guy's so annoying.
I love Kage, man.
Oh.
He's like, I don't know. I like him a lot.
Oh well,
like,
okay.
He's annoying because he's supposed to be annoying. That's what he does. He's like, that's the charm.
He just reminds me of when I was like 22 and like intolerable. But yeah.
I don't know. Have you talked to him much one-on-one?
A little bit. You know, the first time I actually talked to him one-on-one was I actually meant to PM Jax, and I PM'd Kage, and I'm like, oh crap.
Shit. Oops.
And he was really nice in PM. Like, he can be very nice, but his persona I cannot stand. It just
maybe
gets
you just see
very
yourself
old.
Too much in it. You're both trolls, and maybe just
Yeah.
Maybe you just can't stand seeing yourself. I like you guys both.
Don't get deep on me, you son of a bitch.
I don't hate myself. My father loved me very much.
Oh God, no, Chris. That's a terrible idea. I thought that there's like 17 people here. Nobody here has questions. I guess we explained like the game of Dragon Quest Tact so well that nobody has questions. Dude, I'm so glad that Scrub Lolliot is good. I mean, we handled it. There are no more questions in the Dragon Quest Tact community.
And no one's going to subscribe to our Patreon right now to shock us. Actually, we wouldn't even know it. Don't do it. I have a question. What do you think happens in the summer event? What do you think's happening?
Oh,
what
yeah.
do you want to happen, and what do you think is happening?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I feel bad. I didn't pay enough attention to Mad's video. I don't know what his sources are. I trust Mad. I'm just saying, like, I don't know how much of it is guess and how much is for sure. I think it's a guess because I don't.
Mad's literally not given like one piece of bad information, or like if he has, it's like he's amended it.
That's why I don't doubt it. And that's why I'm like, I don't know where he got it from. Yeah, I don't know. I was hoping it was going to be some kind of new event, maybe a both versions exclusive, like this DQ35 event was kind of the same thing globally.
That's what, like, is that the only thing that's launched global, even though it's been different for both?
So far, yeah. Because I mean, they didn't even give us like April Fools or anything like that, which they did in JP.
How weird. I
had another rant there. Oh yeah, and it's something I was. All right, you tell me how you feel about this. Maybe I'm just being stupid. I PM'd Malcolm about it, and I understand that he's not all powerful. He can't just do whatever he wants. But I was like, you guys screwed up DQ35 because you needed to like spoil, leak, advertise on the Twitter, however you want to put it. there needed to be some information about it for a few days before, like a week before. We would have been salivating over it all week. Like if they had hinted at what kind of bonuses or banners would come up, we would have been so hyped and so buzzed. We would have been talking about it all the time. It would have been hype. Instead, it came out and it's like, oh man, that's a really cool paid banner and we get a ticket for it. That's really cool. And then 10 minutes later, you don't give a shit.
Because it was over, right? You
It's
all
just
it really
over.
Boiled down to was one poll.
It was 10
It wasn't
minutes
like
of excitement.
speculating, oh, what do you hope you get?
But if we had known this...
And how is there not a $100 bundle that everyone could buy? Like, they
Yeah.
gave us 2 paid polls, but, like, how is there not more money trying to be extracted out of the event? I just don't get it. Why don't they try to make money?
I don't... Yeah, they're really bad, and they're like... Yeah, because, I mean, there's some things where they're, like, kind of cheap on, or, you know, like the orb thing or whatever, like, just trying to get a couple more bucks out of people. There's so many things where they don't want to, like, give you a discount on, that it's costing them money, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
I just don't like, man, my hero is the antithesis of like monetization of like it's just like everything it's doing. It might be a little bit too much for some people, but I don't feel the Raid Shadow Legends vibe still. But like it's so much like, here's this $20 insanely good value, and it's that times like 40. You know, it's like everywhere you look, there's like this way to spend $10 to $30 for an incredible value comparatively to what a base rate would be. And it's like that game is built to trick you into spending money, and Dragon Quest Tact is built into being like, well, you're either going to spend $3,000 because you love Dragon Quest, or you're just going to let the game die, you fucking loser.
and, like,
I'm like,
I understand that their coders can't, like, just go in and just change things overnight. Like, I don't know anything about game design, but I know that it's more complex than a lot of people think. Like, they don't just, like, they're not just going into a Word document and, like, changing some things around, you know? But, like, the pricing system is a flaw. It's not even opinion, like, well, that's just what you think about the pricing, Chase. No, it is.
there's not a single player that
actually wrong.
thinks the monetization is being done well.
Yeah. I mean, the
Other than
whales, the
it's
free-to-play...
very good for free-to-play players.
Yeah, and that's it's good for free-to-play. That's where guys like you and I, we're in the healthily into the fat dolphin status. Like, oh, I just realized that we wasted... most of our money on this game was wasted. We had some fun pulling it, and, like, we got it. But now, especially with Arena out, which feels like the most relevant content, it's like, oh, it's not... Like, getting one of each unit actually isn't doing a damn thing for me. So, I mean, every gacha has the thing where units are better when they're awakened. That's obvious. I get it. But, when you aren't encouraging me to get one of everything, and the orb system ties into that too, but people are tired about that, it is a flaw. It's a flaw. So that this game needs to correct that. And then, yeah, just the gem pricing thing. So,
Like, I think there's like, again, this could just be very personal to me, but the fact that I am so much more hype about reworks to old weak units than I am about new units coming out seems like a potential flaw of the game.
I was actually a little worried about my excitement for the game tonight, because I'm trying out my hero tonight. It made me... I've been still playing Tact, but like with the rank up event, I've been using skip tickets for the rank up event, which if anybody told me last couple weeks ago that they were using skip tickets for the rank event, I would have said, no, you save that for the ability tomes, okay? Bad player. And I'm like, I don't care, man. Just skip through it. I'm like, I just want to log in for like 5 minutes.
Skip tickets in the last week or something, or last like week or two.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do right now.
Yeah, my excitement is all-time low. But this is, I'm on the same page as you, man. Like, this is exciting. This is cool. And just the way that they didn't just buff them, like, these things, like, the Doma Pursuit and the thing that they put on Metal Dragon, which now I'm going to actually be upset if I don't pull Metal Dragon soon. That's amazing.
It's like, it shows that they understand the game, I feel like. Like, they understand where their game's at and what makes units good and bad. And they also have a lot of creativity, right? They're not just like, all right, make this one have, plus an extra 10% potency. All right, there you go. Is it good enough to use? All right, no, 5% more potent. It's like they're thinking outside the box. Like, what does this unit do in the game, and how can we expand upon that and make it useful in different kinds of content? And it's like, yeah, I would not have thought of any of these solutions for reworking these units, right? Like, this is like really out of the box thinking by the devs to buff these units.
Mm. Oh, by the way, I feel so stupid. I guess the screen is taken up. I never put chat in the thing. I heard that's something that I can do here. I can put a chat box on the screen.
Yeah, I could show you how to set that up if you want to later.
Did I put it in? Is that on top? Somebody type something.
On a delay, so I won't know.
Yeah. Oh. Anyway, I'll figure it out later. I think I just put chat box in. Yeah.
Oh, also, apparently the new Final Fantasy VII game is coming out, or it's already out. I will. You know what? I promise, I will download it if it's on BlueStacks.
Oh, it's like a shooter type though, isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah, it's a
third person.
a Final Fantasy VII Battle Royale, but I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, I don't care.
I don't know. Like,
it says Final Fantasy VII.
Dude, I love Final Fantasy VII, but I also don't. Oh, okay, yeah, it's coming up there. I also don't care at all if it's like, not with Cloud and Sephiroth.
I do care. I just do. What's it called? Final Fantasy? It doesn't matter. It's not what this podcast is about. Yeah, we should probably wrap it up. Soldier.
Yeah, I think of it. I think of it as it. Yeah, because I don't know. When I repost this, I'll try to trim off. There's probably a couple minutes to trim off in the beginning, but we went for a while. Anyway, this will also be on Plat's channel, but do not watch it there. If you want to rewatch this, watch it on my channel only. Plat is a scrub. He doesn't need it. No. It'll be on Plat's channel. It'll be on my channel. And I have way less subs than Plat, so please have some mercy. Subscribe. I don't care if you like it on Plat's channel. Likes matter to him. I just need subs. And comments are fine too. Comment on any of my videos. I respond to most of them. I'm sure Plat does too. He's got lots of free time now.
Just pull the video up on both of our YouTube channels and then mute Chase's.
Yes. Very small perk. I'm sure nobody here cares, but for my Patreon, I started playing Dragon Warrior Monsters for the Game Boy Color version. Some people were very interested in that. I'm doing it on Patreon first, and then I put it on my channel. For anybody that subscribes to the podcast Patreon, I will send you the whatever for the Game Boy Color Dragon Warrior Monster private playthrough session. I'll send you the link for that as well. 8 o'clock.
That's a good idea. I actually like that. I might do that. I could, when I do my own patron only exclusive thing, I'll add it to the podcast Patreon as well.
There you go. So go sign up for the podcast Patreon. I don't remember what you gave me the stuff, but I don't know. Can you link it in the chat or somewhere?
Yeah, you just have to type in Patreon in Google and then log in with the things I sent you.
Oh yeah, I know, but that's going to take me. Do you have the website though?
I'll Google Patreon for you. I'll Google Patreon for you. Patreon.
Okay, and I'll put it in. You know what? It'll be in the description when this video is up in a couple hours, probably. But anyway, yeah, anybody that joins the podcast Patreon will have access to all of our exclusive Patreon stuff. So this is like 2 Patreons in one. They're both shitty Patreons, but you get 2 for 1.
If you subscribe to all 3 Patreons, you get a fistful of disappointment handed to you by me specifically.
A fist of... Well, most people would be disappointed. Sorry, too much? Too much. Anyway, all right, so that's enough rambling. All right, Patreon stuff. Do it. Links will be in the descriptions.